What? Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, I have to eat my dinner for a little bit. Hello, Bad Hunter. I'm just here. I'm just eating, so I'm just looking at reference, but I'm getting very distracted because I am trying to figure out how they did the lines here. They clearly had lines at some point. They took the effort of doing a clean set here. Well, clean-ish, I guess. But it goes in somewhere. It's probably like either soft light, because it melts in so well. It's probably soft light, I think. And then the airbrush also did a lot. But yeah, I'm not looking for anything specific. I'm just trying to make the screen more interesting while I eat. But now I'm a little bit distracted. Time-lapse is always a love-hate relationship. I don't think anyone's gonna release like 10 hours of videos and stuff like that. So time-lapse is all we get. At least it's like a way for artists to share stuff, but it's so fast. You don't see the layers. Wow. 16 years ago. Now I'm almost done eating my rice and water. Saw music here. Mark this Creative Commons. Oh. Not good. Saw music here. Oops. I'll be right back. Nom nom nom. Nom nom. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. My god. Alright. What? Oh, it's my own reference. Clearly getting too comfortable with the streams. Both a good and a bad thing, I suppose. I forgot to make a backup of my files yesterday. Let me make a backup here before we go too far today. There we go. Never know when you're gonna crash. At least we have two separate files for each of these PureRef and Clip. If one goes, at least we have another, hopefully. Clip Studio's own backupping has proven to be unreliable at times. Right, so anyways, the journey continues. I need to have enough things first before you can look at it as a whole, so I'm just gonna keep trying. Okay, right, I have to look at my own phone actually. I have to look at the... Where is my own video? Let's see. Starting entry 1. Entry 1. Oh. Let's see. Maybe another shot here. I was hoping that I could be a little bit more creative with some of the comps and stuff, but I think it's quite the tall ask at this point. Oh, ask mentioned. No, that's not true. Some of these pieces are prompts are a little bit backwards. I'm looking at the video and it's got like a nice scene in it, but putting characters afterwards always doesn't work that well. Simply because the video and the photos that were taken were done without characters, right? So the balance and everything is without characters. Huh. What should I? Did I bring that photo in? I did, right? Target. This will be a wide establishing shot, I think, just of them coming down the of us. Well, of me. Well, of us, I guess. Coming down the stairs. And then a bajillion more stairs, of course. Why not? Let me take a look at the intersection here. Do this enough times and you just basically know where it is. I say as I struggle to find where it is. I think it's right here. So that's the path down, and this is the continuation here. So this building here, come down. I should include the bus stop signs here. Yeah. Right, this is what I remember. There's like no way for you to cross the road here. It's not meant for people to cross the road, but obviously people do. So I want to maybe have a shot here of running across the lane here. This view, okay, this view has nothing, right? There's like nothing in the back. This at least has some buildings in the back. I'm in planning mode, so I'm trying to add more stuff, but I'm gonna hate myself for doing this. There's more stuff to draw, but also it's unfortunate we're not on that side of the road because I want to see down the path here. I can't quite see it. I would just have to come forwards, see what it is, and go back and see the layout, and then I'll have to composite things together manually. Wait a second. Can I see? Am I? No, they don't have a photo from the path. Well, they have. What the? It's definitely not taken here, bro. What? Oh. It is quite covered. I thought it might be interesting, like, one view from here and seeing people crossing over and going down more stairs. It's not very visible. And then down the second flight will be here. Right. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's got the blue line there, but it doesn't let me be there. Okay then. I don't have any stories anymore at this point, so it's kind of like people walking, people walking, people walking. It's kind of boring. Maybe recovery can be fast. Let me think about it, right? Because, like, I don't want to force things to happen when nothing happened. But if it's like a wrap up of some other storyline that started earlier in the series, then that's fine. But the problem is I don't have those right now. Behind the stairs, many fly upstairs. Oh, actually, sorry, this is 23. Water plum. Yeah, so like I skipped a bunch of stuff in between here. But after this, there should be some more interesting things here. Yeah, it depends if I'm entering. Oh dang, I don't know if I walked down here or here. Or did I go all the way around? Did I come here? Wait, what did my photo say? Oh, I didn't. I see. So this is invalid. Oh, okay. I was here, I think. Right across from this, I just went down this. Oh yeah, I have video to prove it too. Holy shit, okay. Okay, so this is invalid, and it was never here. It's interesting because I don't take too many screenshots of my phones. Like, I don't take too many screenshots of the map app. For some reason, I did this one place, and it's the one place that I'm unsure of right now. It's almost as though my past self predicted that I'll be doing this. Of all the places to have taken, this is the only one I did? Really? Okay, that's not true. Looks like I have two more. I think I was just taking the stairs, perhaps. Probably got a feeling that I'll forget where the stairs are. That makes more sense. Yeah, at this point... Okay, so let me think about this, right? Because... I don't want to force anything to happen. That's number one. Now, number two... Nothing of note really happened at this point either. So it's not like the original plan was to go through all the important places and all the interesting... what was it called? Like the part of the journey that I remember really well. But this part wasn't necessarily that memorable, right? It's after the climax. And you're just recovery. So... there's nothing there either. However... this is when you get like the sunset and all the darker scenes like these. So I don't want to waste this opportunity here. I do want to have the lighting sort of transit, right? From like afternoon, late afternoon, evening, and then into darkness. And then climax, at the point of climax, it was still pretty bright. Like this was when we found like the most amazing view. So only after then did it start going down the sun. So these ones would be a little bit darker. And then... oh, okay, that's interesting. Let me think about this, right? Because if lighting is now going to change very aggressively, then it's okay for me to put more staircases in. Because we're keeping the themes and the ideas and what these people are doing, what the characters are doing constant. And just letting the colors do the talking. Let the scene do the talking. And in fact, it might be interesting to see how like this darkening, this getting darker sort of lighting is affecting how the characters are going downstairs, perhaps, right? Because like the first flight of stairs, From here to here, it would have been pretty bright. The next flight of stairs, it would have been darker already. And I don't know how brightly lit the entire thing is. Let me see. I think it's my camera settings. No, you can still see a bit of the orange sky. And then you come down here, and then... Oh, I guess as you get lower down the mountain too, like the light gets darker. Oh, yeah, that's true. So it feels like the sun is going down a lot faster because I'm just getting down the mountain. So it goes down here, into here, and then I walk that way into over here. So I wanted to cancel that. I don't know how you cancel this. Only 2 flights of stairs, huh? I thought there were 3. So we don't have like a... Well... Udah Daniel? Okay, okay. Why are all my videos so crooked? Like the freaking camera, like I couldn't hold it straight. It's a phone, but couldn't care enough, I guess. It wasn't meant to be like Dutch angles, but every single one of these is like a Dutch angle. This one is not as bad because you're kind of looking down anyways. Let me see. What do I want to show here? It's so dark. I can't even see anything in the video. Where's a better scene? This target? Yeah, mayhaps. I think maybe somewhere. Alright, somewhere here. This would be the target. Let's see. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to know if things are authentic. Also, hello, George. But I definitely have tried self-proclaimed Hong Kong milk tea. As long as it's sweet, I am willing to try shit. I don't know. Like my impression. I haven't tried it recently either. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had it. I didn't get a chance to drink it while I was doing this trip thing, right? And then before that, it would have been like maybe a decade ago. I don't really remember, but in my mind, I feel like all I'll be tasting is the tea taste. Any kind of tea. Maybe probably black tea, right? I think it's what they use. And then like condensed milk, perhaps. I don't know if they always use condensed milk. And that's about it. Yeah, like it's just that, I guess. I like very strong tea taste though. I like it if the tea taste is really strong, and then like the milk is noticeable, and then it's like very, very sweet. So condensed milk for me is like the best. Like condensed milk actually is one of the I haven't had a chance to like really consume it to any capacity over here. I think for like the past 7 or 8 years perhaps. So I don't have a good memory of it, but from what I can remember, I really like just how sweet it is, right? Generally, milk and cheese and stuff like that can feel a little disgusting sometimes. It depends on like how it's being made. Like cheese, some of the cheeses I cannot take because it smells too cheesy. Milk drinking by itself, I feel a little disgusted, but I can still do it because I grew up drinking a lot of it. My mom gave me a lot of it. I had to drink like 1 bowl of milk every morning when I woke up for like a good couple of years, even though I didn't really like it. Yeah, it did help. I guess it did help. I mean, like, I'm not short. I mean, like, you know, genetics played a part, right? But definitely not the calcium. The calcium was definitely enough. But I don't really like milk that much. Milk is not a... It's not that different though. You know? Anyways, but yes, I like milk tea. You know, I could have sworn like that this Google truck or this Google person is basically just me. Like I feel like remember how I was saying like there was a group of boys when I was going down, and then like they were in front of me, and then I walked by them pretty quick. I took a photo, and then they walked by me while I was taking a photo. This looks just like them. Can I? So the Google car here, or the Google image is January 2026, right? I was there January 2024. So 2 years ago, it could actually be the same group of people. Yeah, what the? Wait, hang on. How many of them are there? I have a video of me, No, okay, there were like 5 of them in the group. So I guess it's just like a school up here, but... I swear to God, like they're... It feels like this Google car or Google guy is just like right behind me. Like, how? Like, this must be the afternoon then, like when they took the photo, because like, I guess they're just going home. Cause what? Anyways, I need to find more shit. Find more shit. Yeah, that would be pretty powerful. Water palm gets down, so I'm gonna do 23 plus still. I want to get like Ria on a Google Maps one day. I get all my characters on Google Maps. We'll do it. How do I show that as a continuation down this path? Wait, I should have a video. No exit sequence? How is that possible? No, it's right here. This is the thing I did. Oh, I didn't do exit sequence. I did a thing at the bottom. Shit, it sucks. Because there's like some pretty recognizable shelters over here. It would have been nice if I got down the stairs, but I guess it's kind of out of the way. It wouldn't be in the scene anyways, but I might just have to throw in one scene here, even though we didn't do anything, so that I can chain it in later here somehow, if I cared. So this place is pretty cool. So you see all these fences, right? I had like a nice photo through the fence. It's very aesthetic. It's just like one of the Twitter accounts that I really like. And you basically see like I'm just gonna draw it. This might be a series of 3 shots again, so I'm gonna think about this, but let's just get it on canvas first. So we have the fence on the front. Okay, so I have this, and then I have the buildings in the back. Hello, Silver. It would be insane if I found myself on this map, on the map for this journey. Like it would be, then truly this journey, this adventure was meant to be. Everything lined up, all the stars aligned. Wouldn't that be noise? It would be nice to have a event one down the line one day, you know, like we get everybody together, we can go on this trip. Not necessarily like a go on the trip, but like just say like, hey, you know what, we're gonna do this thing where we explore the place together. And then we won't necessarily draw during the trip or like during the exploration. People will just do whatever they want. Some people might take photos, some people might just enjoy a moment. But at the end of the day, we can come back and we can be like, you know, let's draw some scenes to document the event and see how everybody else is, how they see things and what they wanted to capture from the journey changes. So it's like foliage in the front, right? And then we have the city in the back, and then this sky is like blue down into red over here, and then everything else is kind of dark, but you can see the lights in the windows and stuff. That's pretty cool. So I have one of these. I'm not just ordering at the store or something. Can I have one of these? And I would like another one of these. Let me draw these for you guys as well. Hello? It's not letting me. No, that's stupid. So one of these, and then another one would be. This one I don't have a shot because mine wasn't as interesting. But essentially, I was walking here, and then it would be nice if you shoot through the wires at the building. So I don't think you'll be able to see all the way up to the top. I mean, you could set it up that way if you like, but I don't have a photo for that. So I'm inclined to use what I have. Yeah, because it's pretty accurate to how it would actually look like since I actually took the photo and the video, rather. I just need to get this thing correct. Bro, stop. Alright, how do I want to do this? So I want it to be zoomed in on the wires. I don't know if the wires are done correctly here. Maybe it's more aggressive this way, perspective-wise. C-wire, huh? Kind of hard to draw, though. I have to figure it out. Figure it out. Now, how big is one floor, though? In my video, it looks like it's like maybe 75% of the height of the C-wire here if I zoom in. But I don't know how it will work because the field of view of this camera, of this shot right here is different. Yeah, this one, oh, shit, I don't feel so good about this, you know, like it kind of sucks that you have to guess. So it never feels like it's right. I think maybe the wire would have to be a little bit bigger, you know, like kind of like almost just like how this is so zoomed in. So you're looking through the thing. No social commentary here, but I guess it is kind of like they're all in cages, you know. People can interpret what they want, but then my only sole purpose here was to just document things I found aesthetic. Let's do 2 floors here. Very nice, very nice. had to carry sea wire before and it cut my pants. These things are sharp. It's just a moment of judgment left and I sliced my pants open. At least it didn't cut me. Yeah. Could be worse. Could always be worse. I also got spooked by the wire before, like, cause it was like really dark and I was walking around. And I stepped onto a coil, not knowing that it was there. But to me, in the darkness, it felt like something bit me. And I thought it was a snake because it was a coil. So I spent like a good 1 minute, 60 seconds, very long 60 seconds, just stomping on the damn thing. I thought I was trying to kill it. And then I realized that, hey, it doesn't seem to move unless I move. Like, wait a second. Wait a second. It is not what it seems to be. Okay, apparently I'm trying to set up like these shots where people are in cages or something. No, it was a concertina wire. It's one of these coils. It was a sea wire coil. Oh, was it barbed wires? I think it might be barbed, because I think sea wire would have sliced me open already. It might be barbed then. Trying to figure out if there's like anything else that I can show that's interesting, you know, like, cause we've got wires. Sorry, fence, wire, fence, fence, wire, wire, fence, and then like round wires. We have square wires, round wires. What other wires can we get? Triangular wires? Singular wires? What else can I get? Number 15. Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. Oh, wait. We have line wire over here. What am I talking about? It's like right here. But like there's nothing to take it against. There's nothing interesting here. It's the draw first, think later kind of setup. It's a bit of a problem. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see this even. Come on. Draw first, think later kind of problem where you know, you draw one thing that looks nice and all of a sudden you draw another thing that looks nice. And then now you have like a trend. The two common, the common thing would be like the wires. I wonder if you could, Is there anything else that's interesting here? Wait, why do I have glass over here? Oh, there is glass over here. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess like the camera is so high up, I didn't even notice that the... I thought this was a flat wall. It would be nice to have one more thing, but I don't have any more things, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. We're gonna do one of these shots here, where it tries to attempt to set up that scene. Let me see, 24. Let's do 0, 20. I'm running out of space. I'm gonna do my own stupid notation here. So plus 24. Wait, I don't need my phone here. I have this. I need both the ground and I need the sky. Man, the ground looks like it's so messed up. Oh, I have a photo here already. Well, it's not good enough. This and that, so we get all the buildings too. Main setup is here. A bit more slanted because of the hill. Rooftops. Nothing immediately comes to mind, so I think that's pretty much a no. Because I don't think I will ever forget something like that. Of these buildings, no. Definitely not. I would love to though. Like, I think urban exploration would be one of those things that I would love to do if it's safe and if it's, you know, ideally legal. A lot of times, the ones that I see are not very necessarily legal because that's part of the thrill for them. But I just want to have like some peace and quiet somewhere where people don't tend to be, you know, that's the fun part for me. I don't want to be running away from the cops. Like, I've seen like a couple of videos in the past where like people are like, oh, look at the cops down there. They're like on the roof, by the way, of like this construction building. And they're like, oh, someone called the cops on us. We gotta wait it out. And then they can't go back for like the entire night or something. They have to hide somewhere. Or some shit like that, you know. Seems fun, but like... I'm not there for stress. I'm not there for thrills. I'm just there for relax. Maybe one day. So the good thing about, you know, Metaverse and Elon Musk and trying to get neural chips and shit like that, you know, eventually things like these, at least I guess, you get to experience in the safety of your own home. Well, I guess there is a chip in your brain that can fry you, but you know. It is what it is. Man, I cannot imagine what the future will look like. Things are progressing so fast, like everything is changing so fast. What do you teach your kids, you know, as a parent? Things like integrity and value, like all these morals and stuff, they have value, right? Regardless of whether if they help you in life or not, like directly, like monetarily, I mean. job security and all those things. But if the entire society lacks it, you know, like, it can be a hindrance to success, to getting jobs, to getting ahead. If everyone's cheating and you're not cheating, unless you're actually really good. If not, you're just like, you're not even in the competition, you know, like stuff like that. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I just feel like things are changing so fast where you teach people one set of skills and then by the time they graduate, it's already irrelevant. It's kind of insane. What is a man to do if that happens? Like I cannot, like, it's not like I'm anywhere close to raising my kids, right? But I just feel like, you know, if I were in as a parent, like, what do you do? It's like kind of insane. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Anyways, interestingly, there's a lot of space here. I was hoping the buildings here would come in, but I guess it's kind of out of the scene unless I stretch this. But the reason why I kept it like this is because it's trying to follow the motifs from before. But if we can figure it out some other time. Hello, Deve. Yeah, I get B and stuff. I actually remember my parents trying to teach me algebra and shit when I was way younger, for like younger than like my class didn't need it. They were just trying to teach me that. And I wasn't being very receptive and this and that. And my grades only started going up because I got second last in class. And I got almost the last in my entire cohort of 400 people. And I remember thinking to myself that this doesn't make shit sense. Like, that I'm not this bad. And by the way, and this is not to throw shade at the person who got last in class, but the only reason why I was not the last person in class, like by ranking of results, was because the last person in class was a Chinese national, and she didn't even understand the question. She couldn't read the question. She couldn't understand what the question was asking. That's why she got last in class. I could read the question, and I just got last in class. And, you know, whether if that is like a good motivator or not, that was kind of my whole thing where I started trying harder. And then from then on, my results never, I think it just kept going up. I remember it being kind of stressful, just like having to memorize a bunch of stupid shit, but I thought that was the thing that I should do, you know, like that is what's expected. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Sorry, Duvet, I'm gonna get to that. I want to have like people entering, people leaving scene, but then one person looks down this path and being like, yep, this is where we want to go. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'll come back and I'll do the daily. Sorry, Duvet. I'll be right back. Yeah. Oh my god. Alright. seem to be getting a cough a little bit. I wonder if it's gonna be a problem. Okay. Discordo. Discordo. これだにゃーにゃー。What the fuck is this? Alright, anyway, sorry. Oh, interesting. It feels kind of like these shapes to me feels like those overlapping forms and brush strokes and stuff. It makes it feel kind of incomplete and a little bit rough. But the lines are very tight and the characters are very tight. My brain got confused for a second. Let me swap this music out for something else. Have they drawn anything that's like super complex in the scene? I wonder, like, because that would be a nice reference point for, because they clearly like very tight setups, like all these shapes and forms and all the background, everything is perspective, like the blah, blah, blah. It's all tight, the lines and all that, all the edges are so clean. I would love to see how they handle really pain in the ass, like buildings upon buildings upon buildings. 36? Did they actually? Was it like that clear? Is it these ones, or maybe like some of the other ones? I guess it's not that surprising. You can just find a photo and just copy it. But I've never drawn something that clearly. I think for shoes. Oh. What? Right. Yeah, like backgrounds is not realistic to be able to draw lines everywhere, because like you get such tiny forms at some point. Yeah, it's very nice though. It's so clean. It's still so tight. Oh man. Dare I do this for like a bajillion windows? Like, we should. Oh man, I wish there's an easy way to count the number of squares we're about to paint, because there are gonna be so many squares, dude. 20 something, 30 something scenes. Every single one has a building, pretty much. Definitely hate myself. Yeah, look at how detailed all these things are. What? Handling is through. Look how crisp the rain is actually. Wow. No anti-aliasing. Very nice and sharp. Everything else is like roughed up, but that's because of like the texture. This one is just because it's no anti-aliasing. I think anti-aliasing is kind of turned on for everything else. It doesn't feel that sharp. So it's just for the rain, I think. It's like needles coming down. It's very interesting, isn't it? Like, what? It feels like... Maybe it's the noise, like the noise on the brush, on the lines. If the noise in the... just everywhere. What is this feeling? It feels... oddly sharp? Okay, but yeah, this is just insane. Like, it's both tight and not tight at the same time. But I guess, like, yeah, all the straight lines are very tight. The foliage is kind of painted, that's fine. Okay, this is pretty interesting, I think. I don't think we can do something this high quality for, like, this many pieces, but, like, it is very nice. And if we have an artist here to reference, I think I can definitely... Because the biggest challenge with like tight stuff like this is where do you draw that line, right? Well, how much do you want to tighten up? Because you tighten up one part, then another part that's rough might look like it doesn't belong, right? Like the balance would be kind of a little bit thrown off. So you want to tighten it just enough and not go overboard for a specific region, and then you do it like you maintain the balance for everything else. Because once I set my brain in Titan mode, then you're just trying to paint every single tiny detail all of a sudden. So I definitely need a reference if you want to try something. To keep things in that balance. I suppose we probably find our own balance. As we do a bunch, but... But yes, thank you, Duvet. Very pog. Very pog. Yeah, binary and then reflect the line. Not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. It's not a lot of work, I don't think. Yeah, probably find a balance somewhere. I think looking at some of my photos, like you guys don't see it because it's on my phone still, but like some of the shots, like for example this, right? You have these leaves up here, and they are very sort of eye-catchy, right? The contrast, the color, and the saturation, everything is kind of strong up there. And for those ones, I feel like I would like for the edges to be kind of crisp and like tight, like these characters are drawn, like the way these characters are drawn. But then for the most part, for the most other part, it should be kept the same way as that one with the snow. Shit. Anyways, it's in my reference board, but I don't know where it is here. This one here, like these guys up here are pretty nice. Like just having like a little bit of like pattern brush stamping there, but then just big shapes. That would keep things fast and loose. Find a balance somewhere. Oh man, what should I do with the buildings, dude? Should it be tight or should it not be tight, right? Like, can I leverage the rendering there to do more storytelling? What is the difference between like a tight render and a loose render, I wonder? Does it imply like the mental state of the characters, perhaps? I mean, if it's a point of view, oh my god, okay, I'm trying to make this even harder on myself, but if it's a point of view composition, right? If it's clearly viewed from a specific character's point of view, then the rendering may be construed as part of how they are perceiving reality, because it is from their point of view. So let's say they're really tired, then maybe everything to them looks like a mess, right? Sorry, that's the comp. Yeah, many styles on purpose, probably not. I don't think it should be like mentally thought of as like a different style, but rather a different level of execution. Inconsistency from experience, I think, will definitely come through anyways, right? Character-based difference. So, versus character POV based differences. Rougher edges / perspective if hired. Oh god, I can't see shit. Something to think about. Oh man, a lot of things to think about. Oh boy. Alright, anyways, thank you, Duvet. I'm gonna come back and try to wrap this up somehow. So I want to come out with a few more comms, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take everything that we have, I'm gonna dump it onto this PRF, and then for every single comm, I need to sort of tag it a little bit, because I need to understand if that comp was meant to establish the characters in the scene, if they're meant to showcase the environment, are they meant to showcase the character sub-stories and stuff like that. And I want to check the cadence of the pacing, because it depends on like you don't want to be establishing shot after establishing shot over and over and over and over, right? That would be kind of monotonous perhaps, and each shot's sort of impact will be lessened as a result. So the cadence, we need to do some kind of a like sort of interweaving of this in a more natural way, where you establish and then you see it from the character's point of view, and then you see the next scene, and then this and that, right? Like that would make more sense. Right, so the establishing shots are kind of like a chapter kind of thing, right? I'm embarking on this journey from this point of view, and then let's say for example this one. What did we do yesterday? I think it's number 4. Right, like this one here, right? This one here, we have Faye going up the path from Faye's point of quote unquote from Faye's point of view. It's behind her, right? It's not really from her eyes. But you're going up the path, and then you go up the path some more, and then you reach the dead end, right? But before we do this, there should be an establishing shot. Oh, now I'm thinking about this. There might be some kind of a orthogonal kind of setup. Also, yes, thank you, Silver. All the best for your work. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. You too. Shit, where am I? That insertion is over here, right? So this is the insertion for that path. Like the stairs here, the stairs that we're taking. And then as you go up, the stairs curve, and then you go up, this is reconstruction, blah, blah, blah. But like, I think before we... The hell am I? Before we go up this path, it would be nice if, say, from the resident of this building, they look down at our characters, at our characters here, and see them turning in, right? I don't have a nice shot. I want to be here, but we just have to guess based on what we see in this intersection. So we might have something like, for example, we're just gonna have to wing this, but like, it'll be more orthogonal, right? The perspective would be a little bit more... Shit, maybe... I'm viewing from this building here, right? This intersection isn't necessarily a square. I guess we don't have to be too worried about it. Let me draw a square. So the path comes in here. There's one path. It's that path, and then this other path here, and then the path up there along with the thing, and then a turn here. So path up here, and then it's like a turn here, kind of vibe. I don't know how it works, but good enough. And you have the stairs here. It's like a bridge. Wait, I don't know how it works, but... And then the corner of the building, right? This is like a ramp coming down here. Oh, shit. Something like that. But the building is here, so everything here is blocked. I guess same thing for here. I guess we will end up seeing the top of this. I don't really know what the top of this looks like. That's the problem. So we see our characters here, perhaps. And the idea is that we're seeing them explicitly make a choice to go across this path here to there. So we establish, and then we'll go in. And then we establish, re-establish, and then we go in. So it's interesting actually, because I was running into this problem here where we were coming off the stairs, right? So from this shot here, where you have the overhanging car park and all the high and the buildings on top of the hill here, right? This is all rocks here. You go down this path, and then you turn, and then you go down the stairs. Once you go down the stairs, you end up coming down this path here. So there's an establishing shot of them in the scene, although you don't really know where this is from. Unless the buildings here, wait, are they recognizable? Could it be that it's recognizable here? Dang it, dude, where is it? Wait a second. They should be pretty similar, I think. Yeah, they are the same buildings. Oh, so if people are like really observant, they will see that these are the same building. And that's the overhanging car park. So you would know that it's coming down this flight of stairs. We establish them in the scene. Then we proceed down another flight of stairs. Like, it's not very clear where this other flight is. So like I was thinking like maybe in between here we could have something even more establishing, but like it's kind of hard. Because then we're like flying in the air. We don't have a drone, we don't have a drone shot, there's nothing to reference here. Sorry, 23 plus, right? This is second. Oh. Ho ho ho. 23 plus. 23 would be looking here. 23 plus would be on this path down, right? That means my exit is... Oh my god. How am I? Yeah, I think this is the one. So we go down some more and then exit into here, which doesn't have any. So, okay, this is one of the ones that I don't have an establishing. I don't have a setup here. Alright, this is another one. So basically, from the exit of those stairs up here, from here, it's still kind of connected via these buildings. But once from this part here to the fences... What? Yeah, from that part to the fences here. Why is it like a different year now all of a sudden? Okay, yeah, like now we're back to the future, but we don't have an establishing here. I guess you can see this. But I'm not gonna constantly do the back shot like that. Yeah, I don't know. There should be some more stuff we can play with here, but not yet. I don't have an idea just yet. Did I go down here? No, I don't think so. I went down this other way, I think. Yeah, it says right there. Okay, yeah, I went down this path here. And then the next shot will be here, right? So... I see. Alright, this one I did actually have already a comp, but I didn't really like it. Because it was this one. Dang it. Uh. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. The original, I just wanted, because the original planning was for this to be like a zoom in shot. If you zoom it in like this, it feels like she's somewhere really high up, you know, like, because you can't see the ground and the perspective is kind of flat. But is that okay just to have her? Like, otherwise, like, the other characters are kind of left out. That's fine too. Like, leaving them out isn't a problem. It's just whether if we want to have more stuff going on. Because otherwise, it's not as... It becomes a little bit disjointed, right? Like, all of a sudden, we went from 4 to just 1 person. And you also don't really know where this scene is shot. It feels very jarring as a result. Man, this part here is kind of not sure. I don't know how to work it. Let's just pull this in first. I need to just be aware that I did this. I'm not gonna forget, honestly, but let's just hold on to it. 24. Stairs down. We'll be here. Right, I can't quite see. Oh yeah, I was also missing a lot of... Right, I kind of forgot about the buildings in the night. Didn't I draw the McDonald's thing somewhere? Did I not? 526. There's down into McDonald's. McDonald's. Yeah, I mean, like the Asian markets are kind of insane. Like KFC and all that, they all sell like random shit. Like KFC sells rice and noodles. It is macaroni and piece of something. A piece of product. They have pancakes at 6 p.m.? Oh no, sorry, this is not my photo. Oh my god, I got spooked. I'm getting tired again. Oh man, I'm wondering where we're gonna sit, but it really doesn't matter. I'm just thinking about the sitting layout. Because like a set of seats like this, for example, right? There's the side that faces the road, like where people walk, and the side that's on the inside. I think more likely than not, me and Faye will be on the side that's outside. But then, like, I think both me and Faye will want to sit beside Ria, so that's the problem. But regardless, I think it's probably... one of us probably has to sit beside Ria. Or maybe not. Actually, let me think. Would that be a... but it didn't clear the... Yeah, I'm drying up here. My ideas. I think what I should do now is just compile things out because it's yeah, I need some new things to sort of invigorate my mind a little bit. And I think the way that this works is there's two ways that this will happen. One is by tagging the individual comps because I can get to see the cadence of the thing and I will get a feel for what's missing and what I want more of and less of. That's number one. Number two would be the character design, because once the characters come in with the specific proportions relative to each other, as well as the clothing design, and like giving some more thought about what they're wearing and how it's gonna change, it will give me some new ideas for storytelling, right? And then everything, once this information is in my head again, I can come back and re-review the entire setup and then see how we feel about it. The problem now, however, is how do I present this? Currently, I have this set up vertical, which is kind of stupid now that I'm thinking about it, because vertical is not a bad idea. It's just the fact that, you know, your screen is horizontal. So inherently, there is less space to work with if you have this, right? You can have more individual scenes on your screen if it's set up horizontally as opposed to vertically. So I'm going to change this first. And I'm going to line my own stuff over it. That way... I can see how it compares. It's gonna take a while. It's very stupid. Doing it by hand. I don't think that's a good way to do this automatically. But it's okay. It's gonna be too bad. Do I want to start stacking it up? Let's stack it up because it's not too difficult to just separate them later. I think it should be fine. Yeah, honestly, this doesn't even have to be done well. I'm gonna probably be messing this up soon because I need to line up the individual scenes with the actual drawing. This part is the pain in the ass part, because I kind of have to just take screenshots and move them in, huh? Okay, Let me think about this. Let's get them in first, and then we can figure out how to organize them. Because some of these are meant to be repeated motifs, and they kind of have to be... I need to be aware of it, that they're repeated. Like, without any values, it's still really hard to read, you know? You have to take some time to stop and think. Oh boy. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I didn't even do it. Right. It's a different problem to solve, though. One, two, three, right? Entry into this. Yes. 4 is entry. Oh. I guess I need individual ones for these, because I need to check the ordering. Miss input, miss input, miss input. Oh. Singular? Singular target. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, just stretching it out. Well, that makes sense. Wait, does it make sense? I guess it makes sense. PDC was very concatenated. Yeah, it's very packed. 4 plus entry. Entry in. Also, they're kind of big, I guess. Oh my god. So tedious. Oh my god, so boring. What the heck? Sure takes a lot of effort to do these things. Yeah, it's kind of boring, I think, like so far. A lot of the scenes that we did later, like this week, is just kind of just not much storytelling, I feel like. It's just kind of like, hey, we were here. Hey, hello. Hee hee ha ha. Why are we carrying Faye again? Does she... Where did she get tired? Oh, right. Wait, no, hang on. No establishing, though. Oh, establishing here. Ah, I see, I see, I see. I forgot. Anyways, it's fine. It's kind of unfortunate, isn't it? Like, I feel like... How do I say this, right? Like, I was there by myself, and I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I didn't have, like, all these characters beside me, you know, making the entire thing more fun than just literally walking through all these areas. And... But yeah, like, if I'm just drawing it like this, there is no sense of adventure, like, as a viewer. It's very, very dry, because... Like, the idea of, like, running out of time, the idea of, like, trying to find your way just doesn't exist. Because you're reading it with all the time in the world, and you don't have to find your way. Like, it's going to be presented to you. So now we kind of have to spice things up with the characters, but then it feels like we're artificially sort of generating interest rather than... Like, it's not what it was originally already, right? That would be the thing. So, it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. What are you gonna do? I need the space, actually. I think because of the bad sleep I've been having, I'm feeling my heart do that weird thumping again. What the hell is this? Squares? What the hell is this? What did I draw here? Oh, I know what I was doing. Right. That was meant to be a book. Yeah, but these comps are not really that tight either. Oh. No target. Huh. Wait, what? Why is this here? Yeah, looking at this like this, kind of insane, huh? Like we're not even halfway, dude. Um. Hmm. Shit, yeah. This was just an idea. This was not meant to be confirmed here. Figure it out. Ego E out. What in the... Okay, right. What in the bloody hell am I looking at? I forgot. It's been so long, like 20. It's meant to be the climax, but... But we haven't actually confirmed that either. Yeah, this one is also kind of sus. So this thing didn't exist then? I don't think I was actually here then. I think I got confused by the path. That one didn't exist. Right. Right. Oh, actually, this is the end of the... Oh, okay. These are extras. Wow, doesn't really work. Zero McDonald's, zero tap. Okay, check. Alright, this is where we stand at this point in time, and then we're gonna have to come out with a new type of notation, I think. We're gonna have to invent something here, because I need to know at a glance what is missing. Because checking of cadence here... How do I say this, right? If we have not that many images, I could just go in, I will look at each comp, and I will understand what I'm seeing, and I'm understanding like what's happening. And then I'll just keep going through the entire series, keeping everything else that I've seen before in mind to check the flow. But the thing is, if there's a lot of it, it'd be kind of hard to see. So we might want to have some kind of notation where we have symbols or color and everything is color coded to show us at a glance if things are connected between the scenes, right? And there's different ways of connecting it. At its core, I think just being able to see the journey, I think that's the important thing. So whether if like this image has a sort of landmark that is recognizable in the previous one, so that you know where we came from and how we're going, where we're going. That would be one thing. Another notation would be for whether if it's establishing shot or whether if it's point of view. Yeah, like drone third person, which is like more high, like I guess bird's eye view, versus other people, which is still a point of view, but just not any of our characters. Versus I kind of the same as the drone, honestly. Versus like from any specific character's point of view. So if it's a specific character point of view, then I would like to know which character it is as well. Because if we have like subplots and stuff, it will make sense for like maybe a series of things to be from a specific character's point of view. Man, it looks like we have a lot of things here, but we really don't. Because like we don't have any idea of what each character's sub-story is. Like, oh, we probably want to just come out with notation for now, I think. Let me think. I need one indicator for missing missing sort of connection. So from the last drawn comp and the next one, there's a big enough of a gap, or like there's not enough recognizable things that I know it's gonna feel like it's not connected. That would be the first thing. So how should I do it? I'm just gonna say maybe I can do something like that. Looks like a face, but it will just represent areas that are not connected. And it doesn't mean that we have to connect everything. I think it just means, like, I just need to be aware that it is the disconnect. And whether if it's acceptable or not, I think it depends. I need... So... I need a legend here too. But... So we have that. Now, ideally, things are color-coded, right? So let me just go back to neutral for now. I need... Okay, establishing... So the comp itself, whether if it's from a third person or whether if it's for... whether if it's from a point of view, I feel like that's not... Is that important? I mean, it is important, but is that the best thing to denote? I think maybe it's more important to denote whether if it's meant to be showing emotion or showing truth, I think. Because showing point of views idea is to show, but it's not quite that clear cut. If I'm showing like from like Faye's point of view, like for example climbing the steps and stuff, right? Over here. It's not really from her eyes, but it is to show emotion for her. So in that regard, despite the point of view, the comm itself not being through her eyes, it is still a point of view shot. I don't know if I'm using the point of view term necessarily the same as like what it's defined to be in general. I'm gonna try to find my own meaning here. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to tag this, because let's say I tag it as establishing and then versus POV. What do I gain from that, right? If I take a glance and I see a whole bunch of establishing shots, it doesn't necessarily mean that it needs more sort of personal touch, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like this scene here, this is kind of like an establishing shot for me. Because even if I have a character, let's say I'm going to have a character in the front, right in the middle here. Even if I do have that, it still feels like an establishing thing because you kind of have like this, a lot of area being included in this one illustration. You're trying to establish where everybody is. But at the same time, it is still going to show some emotion for the character that's in the middle. What do I want this for again? I need this to know what? I need this to know if just like what the cadence is. But like, okay, I see the problem here is that I don't really understand what kind of problems the cadence might have. I need to know what kind of problems might arise before I can come up with a system to try to denote and help me identify the problem at a glance. So what is the problem here? The problem primarily is just not enough continuity, is it not? Just not knowing who's going, like how people are like traveling. I think that's the biggest. But what about, so right now we don't really have a lot of subplots. Let's say we have one where Faye gets really tired, right? So I don't know if we're drawing these, but let's say she climbs up, we go up, hit a dead end, she's not happy about it. Come back down. Climb back down. Oh, this is also interesting, because if you hit a dead end, right, and then you turn around, am I gonna show them going back down the mountain? Or the hill? It could be very repetitive, but at the same time, without it, this is a very, very clear brick here. Right here is a very distinct brick. All of a sudden, we're traveling. All of a sudden, we're seeing some random shit. And then this other path, and then hitting a dead end, which is still missing the dead end piece. That is why Faye gets really drained, and then that's why she's here, right? So, the comms right now does not have enough. Even if I show like Faye struggling through all of these pieces, no, that would be enough, right? If I show her struggling through all of these pieces somehow, that would be enough to justify why she is being carried at this point. But it would also be very nice if there's a point of view shot here somewhere where it really shows the struggle. Oh, sorry, I left the eat dinner thing on for like the whole time. Holy shit, kind of forgot about that. I've been eating dinner for like the 2.5 hours, past 2.5 hours apparently. Um, it's like me telling you guys to eat dinner. That's kind of funny. Ah, shit. What do I do with the notation here? What do I want to show? Because even if there are no point of view shots from Faye, it could still be established. Like we could still establish her subplot enough to justify this conclusion. So having that tag or not having that tag doesn't inherently help us too much. So rather it's not so much about like whether if there's point of view or not point of view, but rather about connection in many different ways. So it would be maybe a marker to denote like physical sort of disconnection, like whether you can see the physical path or not, versus logical continuity for the character development. So maybe it would just be the same notation here, but a different entry for each one to denote whether if it's showing enough. Oh, I see. Let me see. We can just do something simple. I think it can just be like pathing. It's kind of long, isn't it? But I don't think it'll be a problem. So I'm gonna have pathing, and then I'm gonna have one for each of the characters. I'm gonna have my second character as well. Some of these characters are still not named, but... And of course they're named in my head, but it's just not... no debut just yet, but... Oops. And then like I can easily say, for example, take this and I can drag it out to show that the discontinuity, like the continuity problem is throughout a specific region. And that would help. And of course we need individual color coding here so we can sort of understand stuff at a glance. I think it might be better if I flip the colors. So I should maybe have like Y here, but then the background should be the one that's colored. Because it'll be a bit easier to see this way. What kind of colors are good, you know, like some of these characters have known colors. Oh, whoops. I think just for myself I'm gonna change to orange like that. Over here would be it's translucent. Oh yeah, that's fine. Right. God, I'm zoning out. I don't need a legend here anymore. It is just about idea continuity. Pathing would be the most important one. Without pathing... right. At least the journey must be clear first. Because we can always add more stuff to show... okay, hang on, let me think. So we want to be as efficient as possible here. We don't want to have too many useless pieces. Like every piece should be as information packed as possible. Ideally, like every piece will have multiple of these things going on at the same time, right? So scene transition pieces, we will also have character development going on. People doing things that they want to do. That would be ideal. Okay, So what I'm thinking about this is, like, why I'm thinking about this is the pathing is important to know that it's not continued, but it doesn't mean that I should go in and just fix those things first. Because depending on what kind of story is being told, I may not have to force like a scene in there. There might be something more natural where we can cover, like we can convey some of the other ideas at the same time as well. So doing it too early would mean that, or rather doing it before we get the character subplot going, it would mean that we might be doing extra work for no reason. So what's the logical next step here? I mean, other than sort of marking shit out, I think regardless I have to mark the pathing issues out. And then maybe we can identify, alright, we need to sort of think about some subplots first. Some ideas here, and then like what the length is going to be of those plots. And where it happens. And then see if there's anything that I want to address at that point, once I'm done doing that denoting. So we do that first. Oops. And this is looking like a Gantt chart again. I guess the Gantt chart kind of goes down as well, but... Bro, see. Oh. This is kind of tedious. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit. Because I'm thinking, Nah, I should denote it anyways. Like, I need to know that there's a gap there regardless if I want to fix it or not. I'm trying to weasel my way out of this because I'm wondering if what I'm doing makes sense, right? And of course, like, just because no one else does it this way, it doesn't mean we cannot do it this way. But obviously, on one hand, you have like manga with like a bajillion scenes. On the other hand, you only have like illustrations. You have like just the key visuals of like the scenes where important things happen, and that's it, right? We're kind of in between, and that's kind of like not a bad thing, perhaps. It's just more effort, maybe more color pieces, in that sense. But I am just wondering, right? Like, unless I can fully avoid using text, explaining what we're doing, explaining what's going on, which is not gonna happen, right? I am gonna write text regardless. But if I'm gonna write text, can I not use text to alleviate some of the pressure here? I guess I could, right? Then I guess the thing then would be, what is the criteria for needing to draw transitional scenes versus not? What is the criteria for saying that I have to fix, say, the missing pathing here, but not the other one? And I guess that's like a case-by-case basis then, because there are cases where it's very important to show the transition, because you want to set up that journey to then hit the dead end. But in other cases, you don't have to. If it's just a series of interesting spots that you found, right? Yeah, I think it's really just like a case-by-case thing. You just have to see how it feels. Too many jumps might feel disjointed, but if everything is a jump, then it feels like that is intentional, right? It's just like a picture book where every single scene is not visually connected to the next, but there is still a story going on. If everything is fully connected, actually, I don't think there's anything bad about fully connecting every single scene. The only thing bad would be like we have a lot of work to do. And also, if these scenes are not interesting enough by themselves, it can be kind of boring. But then, like, it costs next to nothing for the viewer to just flip to the next page either. They're gonna be flipping so many pages anyways. Like, flipping one or two more in the intermediate scenes might not really be that bad. Okay. Okay. I have a lot of nonsense ideas in my head. I need to write some stuff down here. So connect. Ah, shit, I need to get rid of my tablet. It's getting in the way of my typing. Hey. So let's see here, right? So connecting paths. There's two parts to this. There's the how part, and then there's the why part. The how part, I think we have two ways of doing it primarily. So using landmarks versus I mean, it's also using landmarks, but it's more like just sort of zoomed in. Right, like if I have like a series of 3 zoomed in camera shots of just the environment. Now you don't necessarily know where those things are. I guess that is the problem, isn't it? If you don't necessarily know where it is, and does it serve the purpose of connecting the two scenes? Maybe thematically? I'm gonna put a question mark here. I'm not too convinced that this actually works. And then like there's also like establishing a bird's eye view shots. Well, then again, but like the establishing bird's eye view is still the same thing as about using landmarks, right? Without the landmarks, you still don't know where they are, regardless of how much you're seeing. I mean, the whole point of like being bird's eye view is that you see everything, so you have those landmarks visible. So it's the same thing, actually. I think this would be just like this, for example, over here. And then the problem with why, right? So when do you need to do this and why? Like, so basically it's the same thing. I think it's more like a why not. From my point of view, I think always having it is a good thing. Because being documentary, I think being more verbose is better. Yeah, this doesn't really answer the question. Okay. I'm gonna do the character ones first because they're a lot faster. Because I don't have that many right now. But there's one here where Ria kind of runs into 7-Eleven. I think this one here would be an interesting one. Oh, sorry, this is X. Oh, shit. There is the X sequence versus a pathing sequence. Oh, I see. Pathing is inherently present throughout the entire journey, and therefore the marker will mark it accordingly. I think I'm going to mark this as just Ria substory and not substory. And then our marker is simply a red X, I think. This saves me some work. Sorry, where's my red stuff? Get all my stuff in check here. I have no entry into this Ria. So right now we have a story here where Ria just takes off running and then she runs into 7-Eleven because she can smell it. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, this path actually started all the way here. There is no entry right now for like why she started, like for the moment when she starts doing this. And then there's also this interference here, so I guess it doesn't really quite fit right here yet. Maybe someone has to pull her back for a bit and then she starts taking off running again. There is one idea there. And then phase 1 is just being really tired out here. So from one entry 1. Oh shit. Oh shit. Huge. Entry into here and then into this part where she gets carried. And then this is kind of like a Would it be a stopping point? It wouldn't really be a stopping point. There might be, yeah, maybe we just need some kind of an ending here. Like, either she rests up enough, but like literally the entire path is stairs though. So maybe we have to delay this a little bit. Yeah, this is kind of hard. There still needs to be a lot of context stored in my head because otherwise, like the markers themselves are not powerful enough. Because just them being there doesn't mean I have to address it. So that is a problem. Like if it's like a to-do marker, then I know if it's there, that means something needs to be done. But now it doesn't necessarily mean that, and that's a problem, perhaps. But yeah, for now we have only 2 ideas here. I think there's like some more ideas that we were talking about before. I kind of forgot what they were. This is just transformation. Physical appearance. I need to grab mine. Oops. Things are so ridiculously sized. I need to resize this up a little bit. Not so big. Oh boy. Anyways, not explicit enough, this one. But it is there, though. Okay, hang on. This is a problem. Just because... Wait, hang on. Oh, man. Just because it's not visible doesn't mean that it's not connected? Right? It would mean that, right? Because, like, as a viewer, you wouldn't have that experience. For me, it's very... I can see the path, like, after doing this so many times now. But if it's not visibly connected, then it's just not connected. It's just individual scenes, regardless of how close physically the individual scenes were. Yeah. But how viable is it to constantly be connecting stuff like that, though? I feel like it's kind of insane. And like it would be kind of a bad restriction. Because it forces you to have to always have something from the previous one. It's not very good. Then in that case, what is the sort of the requirement then what's the point of this tag? I think is what I'm trying to find out. Because basically everything is disjointed. If I'm going through this thing, right, I see this piece of them saying yay in the hotel lobby, and the next thing I see, they're already on the road here. Maybe the problem is this, right? Because I'm including all these traveling scenes where the building, where it's not like we're there for this specific building or something. It's like a transitional kind of liminal space kind of vibe. Whereas if every single image included was only like those like really aesthetic shots, like these ones with the monster building, this one's like this, right? We don't need this. We don't necessarily need this, but just like here, for example, and then we can put like the dead end and the lady here already, with Faye still being here. That could be interesting too. If we only have like very important ones.
uh, if we only have very important ones, then it would feel like it would be disconnected, but it'd be the expected disconnect. Because no one's expecting you to draw color illustrations for basically entire manga. But once you start including all these like traveling scenes in between, now there seems to be an expectation to see more about like where you're going from, like, right? Because this is static. No one's going anywhere. They're in the scene for the scene, right? This is the static one, same too. This one, however, is moving. They're very clearly moving from point A to point B. And once they start doing that, you start questioning of why they're going from point A, like where is point A and where is point B. And maybe there's a logical sort of bridging between like, hey, point A must have been the hotel lobby, point 2 must have been this, whatever that comes after. Maybe that's fine. This scene here is also point A to point B, but you can kind of see the point B because it's right there. If I were to only keep this one, I would be able to see that. And because you're including enough area in here, the point A could logically just be this spot here, because we do have a character there. And we can see they're going, it's still kind of like, where's the original point is? But, right, because another transition point would be like, where is A and B? It's just a walking scene. And then like, you're here for this thing. This is, again, you're here for this leather thing, that's it. This is in movement, like, but it's... but this one is also interesting, right? This one is also point A to point B in a sense, but like, it's still, the movement is the point of the scene. Right. It's whether if the scene is meant for movement or the scene is meant to be step. If movement means that there needs to be some logical continuity. If it's static, then it's just static. You're there for that one thing. How did you get there may not be as important, and what you do after may not be as important. But now you're moving. This one is moving, but it is also static in the sense that like our focus is on the door itself, on notice that's on the door. So in a sense, we are moving, but we're there for this thing. This scene is there for this thing. Whereas this thing is not here for the gate, or not for the stairs, rather, but you're still moving. All of these are moving. This one can be construed as static, perhaps, just because it's more aesthetic, maybe. But it is still more movement based. This here feels static, right? You're here for this building shot. That's kind of it. And then we have a dead end. A dead end is kind of static because you don't have anywhere to go. This again is movement. This is static, you're just looking at the tree. This is also static. There's movement in the front, but it's a static shot because you're here for the building, which does not move. Static again, dead end. This one is moving. They are moving, yes. They are absolutely moving. But also static because you're there for the tree. For the bus. And this close shave. This here is all movement. Static. Movement. Static. This is a whole series here. I need to take some time to clear this. This one is hard. It needs to be done well. This is movement and possibly static. Wait a second. This is, I feel like, fundamentally slightly different. Oh. Okay. I don't know where this is going just yet. Like this analysis setup, like the tracking of the cadence. I don't know how it's playing out just yet, because I don't know what might or might not be a problem at this point. They don't necessarily, like, these pieces don't necessarily feel very connected, but they also don't necessarily feel very disjointed either. And part of it might just be because I know the journey so well in my head, but even just looking at this, like, some of them are disconnected, yes, but you can also kind of make the bridging, you know, like, it's not too hard to imagine, even if I haven't seen it before. Yeah, so I think like this analysis, I think I'm going to drop this idea for now, because I clearly don't have enough idea of what I want out of this yet. Like what problems I'm trying to solve. We're trying to create a tool for a problem that I do not know what what I'm trying to solve yet, so that's a problem. I think. I think so, like, rather than dealing with this thing, which is may or may not be a problem, I would like to think that it is, because anyways, just ignore it for now. I think I need to come up with more ideas of what characters are doing. Just more subplots, right, basically. What would they be doing, right? Helping out. I don't know. I'm just kind of sitting here. I have to come up with shit. Come up with shit. There must be a more structured way to do this as well, like coming out with shit. I think a better way to do it would be to go to all the most important scenes, because I feel more strongly for those, and then see what individual characters are doing. Like, what is the payoff, I guess, for like all the characters at the climax? Ria would enjoy like being high up and seeing a lot of things. Everyone would be like that, but I guess Ria would be especially so. Like, what would Faye be feeling? You know, like after everything, maybe she'll be touched. I have had that experience before, where you feel like you're really tired out physically, right? And then you finally achieve your goal. It really feels quite different than if you weren't that tired, because you get really emotional when you get like really drained. You just kind of lose control over some of your own whatchamacallit, self-control, I guess. You just kind of lose some of that. How about this? Like, what happens at the very tippy top? At the very moment, everybody sees everything. Everybody's gonna be wild. But what happens next, right? What's the first thing that happens next for everyone else? Like, maybe Rhea continues to look at the scene. But then everyone else might be looking at everybody else's face. Is Rhea gonna get on the railing? Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd like some ideas. I need additional input. There's gonna be... Okay, so... we have like a lot of ideas, like a lot of thumbnails right now. For the most part, they're not quite settled. Either because the thumbnails themselves are not clear enough, or the perspective is not tight enough, or even if everything else is good, what are the characters doing and where they stand. But we have that kind of cleared. Character design is kind of cleared, but I need to draw them and scale them. And then we need all these stories. And I'm very bad at coming out with stories myself. Because, well, I guess if you're coming out with it, you kind of have like all the dimensions to work with. You can think about anything under the sun. Where it might be easier to maybe find existing sort of tropes and ideas and then just see if it fits the character. And then we can try to tweak it from there. So I think maybe the next steps would be let's see. The composition, go through com. So we do want to clear com, right? But com is getting stuck because I don't have ideas. Alright, okay. Let me do some housekeeping first because this is kind of insane. Everything is kind of differently skilled and it's very annoying. I'm just gonna try and group some of these a little bit more. Can I normalize these by like height or something? Oh my god, do not do that. Ooh, that's kind of tricky then. Is there a way to normalize this then? Okay, looks like there isn't. I guess we just kind of make the big things smaller. Alright, so just some housekeeping for now. I need to figure this out. Housekeeping. Oh boy. Let's go, Broski. Let's go. Come on, man. Come on. To-do list, I'll keep it here. I think Control O was it? Yeah, to optimize. And then let me bring... Actually, the anatomy stuff is just not very useful anyways. Oh yeah, sorry, George. Good night. Oh, the messages just came through, like... I even refreshed my screen too. Wow, okay, YouTube is really dropping the ball on this one. 18 minutes ago. Sorry, George. I didn't see it. If they're burst by, I'd be like a man connect out the location. Yeah, I think I want to avoid doing that. I mean, how should I say this? I feel like I would have that regardless, but I want the things to be even more connected anyways. I'm just gonna optimize this board a little bit. Oops. Make a backup of it. Standby is clear. So, okay, sorry. I just want to list out the order of operations here. We have our character... So, composition is important, but right now, the thing that gates us is not enough ideas. I need to find people who has, like... You know, like the one artist that always draws the duck and the nuns? I don't know what... Oh, really? I searched duck and nuns, it comes out? Okay, thank you. Because they would have like a bunch of all these sort of characters and what they're doing, you know, stuff like that. I don't have any idea what these characters could possibly be doing. So like, if we can see some of these things, maybe you can get a little bit more inspired. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Don't I have a tagging system for storytelling? Do I? Let me check. I forgot if I did. Right, yeah, like the scenes of like where people like to put characters into scenes and stuff like that, they tend to have to... Well, I mean, if they don't do a series, right, it's just one-off, but like at the same time, they would have to figure out how to tell stories with that one scene as well. Maybe there's something we can gain from this. Is this a photo? Why does this look so good? Alright, the fox one. This guy as well. But it's a very clear setting, but I guess it doesn't matter. It's more about what kind of stories are being told, I suppose. Like, this feels very disjointed, right? Like, I don't know how the story plays out. Or if that's necessarily, like, trying to force a story that way. Maybe it's just in very disconnected individual scenes that they wanted to draw. That's fine, too. Do they have a comic, it looks like?
We don't have a single interior shot this time. We never went in a single building. I'm gonna hold on to this as well. Since we're here. Very watercolory. What? What is the choice? Why all of a sudden it's expanded? Interesting. Tamago. Sure, it's wonder who. Oh well. I don't know. I think they're trying to get AI to change their art or something. As an experiment, of course, not as a permanent thing. Oh, this is Konya. Is this? Oh, it's the same. Actually, these might be. These kind of comps. I wonder how it works. Like, if we have packs in the scene too, would that be on? Oh, local host. Oh, okay. But once the link is local host, oh my god, so stupid. I should pull the original. Wait, why didn't I pull the original? Pumping sequence. Pump sequence. Right. I think I need to pull on. What? Where'd it go? This one. God. No, it's general sequence. Generally, general references per render. That's fine. Did I dupe? I did. Anatomical reference sequences up. Rendering lines. Oh yeah, these need to be accounted for.
Storytelling. Did I put this in yet? I think I just did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So like these are all just different ideas of putting text on screen. I think we have like conversation, we have like just text, and then some other compositional ideas, like for example making it more aesthetic, like a photo with a filter on it, versus using leveraging reflections like this. The one that reminded me of that was this. There's some minor organization here this time around. Sorry, what this time around? What am I talking about? Hello, Kinoko Neko. Kinono Neko. Welcome. I'll probably be hopping off soon. Trying to sort out more information. So it's like both simultaneously too much, but also not enough. It's great. Right. Yeah. Right. So what do I need? I need stories. I need ideas. Yeah, I need ideas. Either from other people's stories, and then try to see if we can apply some of that, or I'm gonna have to I'll just do the character stuff first then. Maybe it depends on how I feel about it tomorrow, because I usually think about this thing when I'm at work and this and that, and then sometimes ideas come up. If nothing specific comes out, then I might target character design first, because getting all the characters laid out, yeah, thinking about like what kind of clothing and how it's going to change, I think that would give me some more ideas for what we might play around with, and what kind of stories we can add, and then hopefully this will be a lot more colorful by the end of the planning. I need there to be a lot of different things ongoing at the same time, ideally. Each character might have multiple different things that they try to achieve or something, and then whether if they succeed or fail and this and that. That would be ideal. Kind of a little bit overwhelming, I think. Anyways, I think I'll just hop off here for today. Oh, what the voice access? Yes, I want to close now. What the hell is that? I'm gonna back up my files. 361. 6161. This. Back up 13. 13 is ready. Ooh. Hey, what's my favorite thing today? What did I do today? I think these ones would be pretty aesthetic if we can render it correctly. By wires and frames in the front, and then like the scenery in the back. If only there was one more. I'm gonna have to think of one more. We can't leave it like this. Oh, what might be interesting maybe it's like it wouldn't be very photography though. Photography. Like these guys are clearly like point of view shots, like from the camera and stuff. But it would be kind of nice if they stare down at like the what's it called, the top of the fence lengthwise. So we see the transition between like the line wires into the circular C wires, and then into like that brick wall at the end, the concrete wall at the end there. That might be interesting. Oh, I mean, I could just turn it into a shot where it's just like the fans and this and that just down the road. That might work. Anyways, I'll hop off here for today. Thank you guys for coming. The planning continues. At this rate, it's gonna take a couple more weeks, I think. But yeah, have a good night, guys. Goodbye.